Most people spend $30,000 on the wrong car. But here's the truth. Just a few months later, many realize they paid for flashy modern technology, only to end up with repair bills far bigger than they ever expected. Meanwhile, some of the toughest and most reliable engines ever built are hiding inside cheap cars that most buyers completely overlook. The shocking part? Many of these engines don't just last for hundreds of thousands of miles. They often outlive and outperform engines found in modern cars. And after 23 years as a mechanic, I've seen it happen over and over again. Today, I'm showing you exactly which 5 cheap cars hide these unbreakable engines. Stay till number 1. It might just save you thousands. Number 5 on this list is the Toyota Corolla, specifically the 1998 to 2002 models running the legendary 4A FE engine. Yes, the boring car. The grandma car. The car your neighbor's teenager rolled his eyes at when his parents bought it for him instead of something faster, flashier, cooler. Nobody bragged about owning one. Nobody posted it on social media. It just sat in the driveway, started every morning, and did its job without complaint. Under the hood, this 1.6-liter, 4-cylinder engine was almost embarrassingly simple. No turbo. No direct injection. Just a timing chain. Not a belt. Which means less maintenance headaches for the owner right out of the gate. It put out around 105 horsepower. Nothing to write home about. But horsepower was never the point. Here's what mechanics like me actually care about. This engine was engineered so conservatively, so far below its actual limits, that it became almost impossible to kill. There are documented Corollas from this era still running strong past 300,000 miles. Original engine. Never opened. Never rebuilt. I've personally seen owners baffled that their cheap little car outlasted 3 of their neighbors' newer, more expensive vehicles. If you're shopping for one used, there's really only one thing to watch. The head gasket on certain years can weep oil if maintenance was neglected. Check for oil residue around the engine block. Outside of that single weak spot, this motor forgives almost everything else. Skipped oil changes, cheap gas, short trips in freezing weather. It just keeps running. It's proof of something most car buyers never learn until it's too late. The flashiest car in the lot is rarely the one still running a decade later. But car number 5 isn't even the most surprising one on this list. Number 4 is a car that most Americans drove without even realizing what was hiding under the hood. And it might just be sitting in your own driveway right now. Number 4 is the Honda Civic, specifically the 1996 to 2000 models running the D16Y engine. This one hits different, because chances are, half of you watching this either owned one, or your first car was handed down from an older sibling who didn't need it anymore. It was the car everyone had in high school. Cheap insurance. Cheap gas. Cheap to buy used. And because it was everywhere, nobody thought twice about it. It just blended into every parking lot in America. But here's what almost nobody realized back then. Honda built this engine like they were terrified of it failing. The D16Y is a 1.6-liter SOHC engine producing around 106 horsepower, running on a timing belt. Yes, a belt this time, so mark your calendar for that replacement. But even with that one maintenance requirement, this engine became one of the most bulletproof 4-cylinders ever mass-produced. Mechanics still talk about this engine today with something close to respect. Honda over-engineered the internals. Thicker cylinder walls, tighter tolerances, a bottom end that simply refuses to wear out. There are Civics from this generation still on the road today, past 350,000 miles, some even pushing 500,000, with nothing more than routine oil changes and that one timing belt swap every 90,000 miles. If you're buying one used, check for a rough idle at startup. That usually points to old spark plugs or a vacuum leak, both cheap fixes. And inspect the motor mounts, since after 2 decades, they tend to sag and cause vibration. Outside of that, this engine has one of the lowest failure rates mechanics like me have ever documented in a compact car. Now here's something most people don't know, and it genuinely shocked me the first time I found it in the shop. One of the cars on this list, car number 3, was never even supposed to survive this long. It had a design flaw so serious that engineers assumed most of them would fail within the first 100,000 miles. Instead, it became one of the toughest engines on this entire list. And I'll tell you exactly why that happened, right now. Number 3 is the Buick LeSabre, specifically the 1992 to 1999 models running the 3800 Series 2V6 engine. Now here's that story I promised you. This engine almost didn't happen the way it did. Buick engineers were under pressure to cut costs, and early on, there was real concern inside the company that a budget V6 built this way just couldn't hold up under daily use. Some engineers pushed back, worried it would tarnish the brand's reputation for good. And then something nobody expected happened. Out in the real world, this 3.8-liter V6, producing around 170 horsepower, turned into one of the most legendary engines General Motors ever built. It became the quiet favorite of retirees, mail carriers, and taxi fleets across the country. The kind of car nobody talked about at parties, but everyone secretly trusted more than their neighbor's German import. There are documented LeSabres with this exact engine still running daily past 300,000, even 350,000 miles, many having never had the engine opened once. Mechanics nicknamed this engine the tank because it just refuses to develop the kinds of expensive problems that plague other engines from that era. If you're buying one used, check the intake manifold gasket around 100,000 to 150,000 miles. It's a known wear point, but a cheap and common fix. Outside of that, this engine has one of the lowest failure rates ever recorded for mass-produced American V6. This engine is proof that sometimes the things built under the tightest budgets turn into the toughest survivors on the road. But what's coming up in car number 2 is even stranger. Because this next engine wasn't just underestimated by buyers, it was underestimated by the manufacturer that built it. And when you hear why, you'll understand exactly why so many owners kept this car a secret from their own mechanics. Number 2 is the Jeep Cherokee, specifically the 1991 to 2001 models running the 4.0-liter inline-six engine. Here's the part that's almost funny when you think about it. This engine started as an old AMC design, something Chrysler inherited when they bought the company, not something they built to impress anyone. Nobody inside Chrysler expected this leftover engine to end up outliving nearly everything else in the lineup. But because it used such a simple, overbuilt inline-six layout, with fewer moving parts than any V6 or V8, this engine, producing around 190 horsepower, ended up becoming one of the most respected engines ever put in an American SUV. Off-roaders trusted it in the desert. Rural mail carriers trusted it in the snow. It just never seemed to care what you threw at it. Owners started keeping quiet about it, almost superstitiously. Mechanics would ask, "How many miles on that Cherokee?" And owners would just shrug and say a lot, almost afraid that talking about it too much would jinx it. I've personally worked on these sitting at 300,000, even 350,000 miles, still running the original engine, still starting on the first crank in freezing weather. If you're buying one used, keep an eye on the head gasket on early 90s models. It's a known weak point on certain years, but a manageable, affordable fix. Beyond that, this engine has one of the strongest reputations among mechanics for a six-cylinder that was never even supposed to be special. Now, we've made it to number 1. And I need you to understand something before I show you this last one. This isn't just the toughest engine on this list. This is the engine that made me distrust every modern and advanced car ever since I first opened its hood 15 years ago. Stay with me, because this last one might completely change how you shop for your next car. Number 1 is the Chevrolet Caprice, specifically the 1991 to 1996 models running the 5.7-liter LT1 V8 engine. 15 years ago, I opened the hood of one of these for what I thought was routine maintenance. What I found instead changed how I looked at every car that walked into my shop after that day. This engine is almost insultingly simple by today's standard. A 5.7-liter, pushrod V8, producing around 260 horsepower. On paper, there's nothing fancy here. No turbo. No complicated fuel injection tricks. Just an iron block, a handful of moving parts, and a design so tough that police departments across the entire country ran this exact engine for pursuit duty, day and night, for years without complaint. And that's exactly why it refuses to die. I've personally worked on Caprices with this engine sitting past 300,000 miles. Original engine. Never rebuilt. Owners who never once opened the hood except to check the oil. I had one customer bring his car in at 290,000 miles, and when I asked what he'd done to keep it alive that long, he laughed and said, "Nothing. I just drive it." That answer stuck with me for 15 years. That's the moment I stopped trusting complexity. I started trusting simplicity. Because every single time a modern car rolled into my shop with a check engine light for a sensor most drivers couldn't even name, I thought about that Caprice owner who never had to think about his car at all. If you're buying one used, the only real thing to watch is the intake manifold gasket on higher mileage units. It's a known weak point, but a manageable, affordable fix, not a reason to walk away. Outside of that, this engine has one of the lowest failure rates I've documented in over 2 decades of turning wrenches. So there you have it. 5 cheap, overlooked cars that quietly outwork, outlast, and outshame almost anything rolling off a modern assembly line today. And here's the truth nobody in the car industry wants you to hear. The most expensive car isn't always the safest bet. Sometimes the safest bet is sitting in a used car lot with 150,000 miles on it and a price tag under $5,000. If this video just saved you from making a $30,000 mistake, hit that like button. It genuinely helps me bring these kinds of warnings to more people before they overspend on the wrong car. And I want to hear from you. Which of these 5 cars have you owned, or driven, or maybe even still drive today? Drop it in the comments, because after 23 years in this business, I promise you, your story is probably more interesting than mine. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.